moments that have been behind the scenes where God's just been opening doors. Many people could assume that I'm making the most of my 15 minutes. First off, I never asked for 15 minutes. Okay? But second off, it's not about making the most or capitalizing or trying to be something from something that happened to me. It's all about providence and obedience. And that started way long before the video. And it started by accepting joy in my life on a daily basis. If there's anything I could ever teach anyone, it's this. Your life is worth living, pursuing out the moments you were created for. So hold on, guys. It's going to be a fun journey for the next 6 weeks.
Take one, Mark. Hey.
I've got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I'm looking at all mine. I got a pocket. Brave. Because I like an arrow. That's where I live. That's my lane. Defiant joy. What does that even mean? Well, this is why you're here. This is why I'm here. I'm hoping that as we go through this study together, we're going to discover how to live lives that are full on finding joy in every single moment. Regardless your circumstance, regardless what your life looks like externally, that internally you will have joy bubbling up inside of you. You know, a few days after my video went viral, I started receiving these messages from people. One that always comes to mind and that I've kept with me is a story of a mom that sent me a message that has an autistic daughter. And she told me, I hadn't seen my daughter laugh. And when I put on this video of you laughing, I look over and my daughter's laughing. Can you even imagine what that moment was like for the mom seeing a child that hasn't laughed get that laugh back? What in the world would that possibly feel like as a mother? Here we are, we see joy on a computer screen. You see your daughter experience joy, and then imagine the unexpressible, unspeakable joy that the mom must have had in effect. And that's what joy does. It kind of doesn't just keep to itself. It spills out and it replicates and it goes further than we could ever imagine its reach going. Pure joy has no limits, no bounds, and we all want it. We all want it. We want to know what it feels like to wake up in the morning and know what chronic joy feels like. However, the reality is that most of us have it flipped the other way. When joy comes in, we don't know what it's like, and it feels like something doesn't belong there, and we go back to the grumpies and and the cynicism, and I gotta rally about something today on Facebook. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna share it. What would our world look like if we finally grasped what living lives full and free and filled with joy look like? John 10:10 says it just like this. It says that there is an enemy and the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I, and this is Jesus talking here, I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly. Y'all. A full life means that we're going to laugh more than we are probably laughing on a day-to-day basis. But it's also going to mean that we feel more. We feel more deeply when things affect us and hurt us. And well, I want to talk with you about joy as though she is personified. Now, why did I just say she? When I actually looked up the root word for joy in the scriptures, I found out that joy had a feminine root connotation. So just like Solomon, he described wisdom as a she. You might remember in Proverbs 1:20-21, he said it this way: wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the market, she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates, she speaks. Well, if Solomon can do it, I thought, hey, why can't we do it too, right? I'm going to personify joy in this study, and I want us to look at what if joy was really right there by your side, sitting at your table. What would she invite you to do today? What would she ask you to do as you're going through this study to re-engage her, to allow her at your table? Some of you have just shut the door on her altogether and said, you're not even welcome. Hey, she's knocking. She's here. How do we engage with her? How do we find her? How do we stop